Good morning everybody, wakey wakey, it's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning everybody, wakey wakey, it's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning everybody, wakey wakey, it's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning everybody, wakey wakey, it's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning everybody, wakey wakey, it's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. This is the Morning Glory Show. It remains the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya online today. Now, before we go far, allow me to remind you that we are coming live from Dawi Afrique Photography. Dawi Afrique Photography is situated in Eldoret, Zion Mall, Basement A. Anytime you need anything that goes into video and photo production, consider working with Dawi Afrique Photography. Above that, then if you ever have interest in fashion and design, consider schooling at D-Square School of Fashion, Design and Tailoring. But I say D-Square School of Fashion, Design and Tailoring, or why I would refer you there, is because they already have a fashion house that has actually built a name for itself. It is one of the best fashion houses within this particular region. So if you need to actually train with the best, if you need a place where you can train and get experience from the best, then consider studying from D-Square School of Fashion, Design and Tailoring. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, back to my set. Today, I have a bench full of ladies. Now, when I say the bench is beautiful today, I mean it is full of ladies. From my far right to the far left, we are talking to student leaders from universities around this particular region. So we'll be talking about what it takes to be a student leader. Let's talk about their experiences as women leaders. Do they face the issues that we face out here? Let's talk about the life of a comrade. And so that this particular moment, I would just want to give a chance to each one of them to introduce themselves. Of course, I know maybe their names and a few things about them, but I'm sure they're in a better position to give themselves a proper introduction. So I'll start with you, Ivy. Ivy, say hi to our guests and say a little bit about yourself. Karibu.
Hello, good morning. I'm Ivy Jepkemboi Birgen. I'm a third year student at Koitalel Samoei University College, taking Bachelor of Education Arts. English Literature is my specification. I was the first vice chairperson, and in my school they call the vice chairperson Mama Yao. So I am their mother.
So when Mama Yao?
Yes, I am their mother. I am a mother of 1,400 children there, and I'm proud to be their mother. Right now they have a new mom, but I'm still their mother.
Oh, you're still their mother? Of course. Why don't you want to be the grandmother?
No, I can't be the grandmother.
Oh, I'm
too young for that.
You want to retain the grandmother position or the mother position?
Yeah, I'm still the mother.
Okay.
Until when I'm out of there.
Allow me to go to my far left and introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, there is Harriet. Harriet, habari ya leo? Karibu sana kwenye Morning Glory. Say hi to our viewers.
Good morning. I'm Harriet Nyawera from Moi University Annex Campus. I'm a third year in taking Bachelor in Economics. There I'm in charge of social welfare, and I'm really humbled to be here. Welcome all from home and also around. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And next to tell us their name and introduce themselves is Cynthia. Cynthia, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome to the Morning Glory Show. Say hi to our viewers.
Thank you so much. Good morning. As you've heard, I'm Cherono Cynthia, a third year law student at Moi University. I'm also the current academic secretary, Moi University, and also the Law Africa Ambassador to Moi University. It's a pleasure to be here, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Okay, thank you so much. And also with us is Madam Noeline. Okay, Noeline, okay, of course, I hope I'm first of all mentioning your name right. So, karibu sana, welcome to the Morning Glory Show. Say hi to our viewers.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Noeline Maru. I'm a fourth year taking Bachelor of Education Science. I'm a student at University of Eldoret, and I'm privileged to be here today. I vied to be the chairperson of the University of Eldoret. I wanted to be the first lady being the chair of the University of Eldoret, but I didn't make it. I was nominated to be the chief editor. I'm the outgoing chief editor. Thank you.
And of course, I'm told, is your mic actually blinking? Is it on? Okay, thank you. I'm told they can't actually get you quite clearly, so I'll just ask that you give us the other mic, so you'll actually take up your introduction once again. Sorry for that.
It's okay. Am I audible? Is it okay?
Hakuna sauti yake ndio iko chini. Okay, so they'll just a little bit pump it up for you. Of course, yeah. Then now take it up.
I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Noelin Maru. I'm a student at University of Eldoret. I'm a fourth year taking Bachelor of Education Science. The combination is physics and chemistry. And I'm privileged to be here today. I'm a student leader. I can say I'm a student leader, though I vie to be the chairperson of the University of Eldoret in the academic year 2022-2023, but I didn't make it, and I was nominated to be the chief editor under the publication of USO. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And that's where actually I want us to start from, because there's this thing of leadership. Then I also saw there was something about chairperson and vice chair. And I realized in most of these universities, the chairperson is the man, and then the lady becomes the vice chair. Tell us, I want somebody to tell us something about that. And let me start with you, Cynthia. What do you think about that?
Okay, I think right now, when it comes to student leadership, now it's now opening. You understand? So for me, I want to believe, however much, I think there's that stereotypical way of thinking that people tend to think that a woman or a girl in our case cannot lead them, because even I remember the last time the Moi University elections, there was a contestant for the chairperson position, but she was not so sure whether to take it, whether not to take it. And of course, as you could, because ni sisi ndio tulikuwa kwa ground, you obviously see how people are reacting to it. A lot of people are like, ai, mwanamke akuwe chairperson, how is that going to be? You understand? I think there's this way of thinking that people believe that women are too preoccupied with other things to be in leadership. You understand? But I think it's now opening. I think it's now time for our girls to take up those leadership positions, because if it doesn't start with us, then who is going to be? It has to start with us. The change has to come from us. Because God willing, Mungu akipenda, I think these people who are seated here, those who are in third year, because you're already in leadership, you've seen what it takes. I think what is preventing you from, the next time the elections are up and you're like, I want to go for the chair. Because I think it is the support that we lack. It is the support that, because even they usually say women are their own enemies. Most of the time, you'll find even if I'm to be campaigning, most of my campaign team will be men.
And of course, we'll be coming back to that. So let me go to Harriet, then we come to Birgen, then come back to that part of now women being their own enemies. What does that even mean? Harriet, now... What, of course, it is not in the constitution of any university that the chairperson must be a man. Yeah. But then last week, I think I was with a week ago, I think I was with the male leadership. And anytime they were referring to the ladies, they would be like the vice chairs. So that means that this seems to have actually been retained for the women, and the chairmanship position or the chairperson's position remains for the man. What do you think about that?
First of all, it's very wrong to only think of a lady and you think they must be a vice chair. Why can't they be a chairperson? Why do you believe that because it's a lady, they're supposed to be subordinate, right? Most of the time, a lady vying for a chairperson will be followed with so very many propagandas that are totally not true. So this really kind of discourages our young ones to even vie. First of all, I think, Cherono, you had tried vying for chair. You asked, and then we were like, I was like, yeah, you can do it. You can really do it. But then people around are like, no, she can't do it because she's a lady. That is very discouraging. What are we showing the people that are behind us? What are we showing the sisters that we are leaving behind? That a lady cannot be a chairperson? That is bad.
And what have you done about it in your own position?
In my position, I've tried encouraging. That is one, and that is the main thing. The second thing, I've really tried showing them that me in leadership, I can change things in my own position, so that they can also see if I become a chair and Harriet is only a delegate, you get. So my doings will show them that they can do it. They can make a change. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you so much for that. Now let's go to Ivy Birgen. Ivy Birgen, you proudly said you are Mama Yao because you said the position of the vice chairperson, right, is considered to be Mama Yao. Now, why don't you actually go ahead and get the chairmanship position? Because there is no law actually prohibiting you from doing that, right? Why did you choose to go for the vice and not the chair?
So at the time when I was elected, I was in first year, and we had only 2 classes. My school is still starting, and the chairperson position was preserved for the senior class. So I took the step of being the vice chairperson, and this time I wanted to vie for the chairperson position, but even before I could vie, there were a lot of challenges, and I really think it's very unfair, especially if in the society where I come from, for them to think that a woman cannot lead them, and it discourages me a lot, because rumors went down that Mama Yao wants to be the president, and the feedback I got from the voters really discouraged me until I did not vie. Hey, they really said a lot of things. The men don't want to be challenged. They don't want women in top positions. But I can say, in my own capacity, I am doing my work. Even now that I'm out of leadership, I am still their mother. I'm still working to show them that a woman is a great leader. And in future, we have to elect women or ladies. Yes.
Okay, now let's come back to Noelene, who has already tried vying already. She's been on the ballot.
Yeah.
How was your experience?
Hey, my experience was a bit tricky. I can say hata sijui nitasema aje. In the University of Eldoret, as you can see, from the first student council to the ninth student council, there is no day a woman have ever tried to vie for that position. And this is because of the gender biasness. The male sees themselves, they are very superior to take up those positions. And me as Noelene, I say like, leo lazima to lead na mwanamke aongoze. But when I tried, it was a bit tricky. Venye hao wameongelea tu a lot of stereotyping na ile like they see you are incompetent for that position. That is the reason that made me not to fit in that sikuweza kuwa the chairperson.
Okay,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we are coming live from Dawi Afrique Photography. This is the Morning Glory Show. My name is MC Kali, and with me today on set are 4 ladies, student leaders from universities across the North Rift region part of Kenya, just talking about the issues that affect women. Of course, right from university level, we've been talking about gender equity at the national level. We've been talking about the 2/3 gender rule in every positions across the country. But then what are we doing even at an early stage? We'd even want to bring even the primary kids and to ask them about these questions, because it remains a conversation that our country is actively having at the moment. This show is brought to you by Very Nice Media in conjunction with Dawi Afrique Photography. The show usually comes to you from 7:30 to 9 a.m. So anytime you have a chance to actually watch, then please do watch. Let me get some of the feedback that we are receiving here. CK Kim says, good morning, tuned in from Nairobi. Thank you so much. Eli Roti says he's tuned in. Faith Cherop says, hello, great people. Greetings to my power women. To Noelene, all-time support back then in University of Eldoret. Let's rock it, people. Thank you so much for that. I can see Ambassador Alfred Sargent from Australia says, a great one. I was a student leader and I wish them the very best. Thank you so much for that. DJ San Kenya says, Sisi how. Thank you so much. I can also see Maggie Cherop says, count me in from Nairobi, Westlands. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. I can see Allen says, count me in from Tuara, Tanzania. Thank you so much. This one is going international. Okay, thank you so much. I can see Julius Kipchumba says, count me in. Tuno Justus Jr., I know you must know them, says, I love the show. Thank you so much. Diglado Dijoke. Now that one also looks like it's international. Says, count me in. Thank you so much. Keep giving us the feedback. Of course, you can also help me share the show with your friends so that they can watch this particular show. And I'll keep on telling you that if you want well-documented memories, consider talking to Dawi Afrique Photography. In here, you get the best experience in front of the camera. And the ladies, the good ladies on set can confirm that they are getting a good experience in front of the camera. And at the end of it all, they'll get well-documented memories. Now let's come back to, of course, the conversation now about women being their own enemies. And the person who mentioned this was none other than Cynthia. Cynthia, tell us about, of course, the majority of students, and I think right now when KCSE is released, you realize that men and women, right now you realize that boys would be like 50% and girls, or 51%, and girls 49%. At the moment, we have almost an equal opportunity to access universities, right? So, Cynthia, why is it that now, at the end of it all, you realize that women can't lead in universities, yet it is an issue of we are almost equal in terms of numbers?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. As I said first, yes, it is so possible for women to be in leadership, because I'm also looking forward to the day Moi University will have the first female chairperson. So the reason why I was saying women are their own enemies, it's because most of the time, we as women, most of our closest friends most of the time will be the women. And when you have your ambitions, the first people you will share with are the women. But it is them that are going to discourage you from going for those positions. But when a male figure now comes into the picture, they'll be even so willing to be in the campaign committee, you understand? Because for me, I saw it from last year, when I was vying for the academic secretary. Now, considering the fact that it was not just in my campus, I had to go to main campus, Nairobi, Mombasa, all those. So most of the time, you'll want your support system around here. So, the first people I told I was going for these leadership positions, at first I wanted to start from the university level. I wanted to go for the delegates 002, the welfare, 003, the welfare. But you know, as we were closing school, I was with some of my friends and they're like, Cherono, uko sure, is that really what you want? And I was like, why not? Because as you're asking me why, I'm like, but why not? So then I consulted with my male friends and they were like, why are you aiming so low? You can actually go to the SGC level, go and ingia SGC, mbona uanzie hapa, and you have the capability. So the thing that gave me a push, because I remember even my first poster ya kwanza nilitengeneza was that of the school to be the 003 delegate. And one of my friend, Brian, kama ana watch wherever he is, after I sent that poster to him, Brian didn't speak to me for like 3 days.
Why?
Then after that I was asking him what happened. The last time we talked, tulikuwa tumesema you can aim higher. But now I'm trying to tell you that you can, it's possible, lakini wewe unaona ni kama huwezi. Kama umeona unataka kusettle hapo, then well and good. So of course it was not him giving up, it was a way of him letting me know that you can do it. The fact that you are aiming so low, that is not for you. So I think it was, for me to be where I am, it is because of the male friends that I had. Most of the female friends that I had at that time, I think I can think of only one who was really with me all through the way. Every time I'm going to main campus, she was there. But the rest ungesikia tu, mama, I'm happy for you.
Mama,
but
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you, but there is nothing. The next day utakuja kusikia ni, because even after getting into leadership, the people you'll hear are talking so ill about you are the ladies. Because after now you are into leadership, wanaona leadership imekublind kidogo, sijui 1 2 3 Cherono leo siku hizi hapatikani, you know, the thing is they don't support you. Then after you are there, they want you to be always there for them. Of course, as a leader, you have to be accommodative, but they have to accept the fact that right now I'm not just a friend, I'm now a leader of as an institution. One way or another, there are other people that will need my help, you know. So unlike before, wakati I was just your friend and a student, where I had all the time in the world for you, right now, that time imekuwa a little bit limited, so they have to understand. And most of them don't understand that, but I won't really say that all of them wako hivyo. But in my experience, the people who have really made me not go for these big positions, or the people that have consulted, are the women. Yeah.
Now let's go to Maru. Maru, of course, now I'm talking to you based on from a point of experience, and I would want us now to look at other barriers that affect women. Apart from that, women being enemies of women, what are the other barriers that affect women who want to get into leadership?
First of all, I like to second what Sharon have said. Women are the enemies. We are the enemies of our own. I can tell you, I lost the position just because of I lost 2 Congress, and the 2 Congress who didn't vote for me when you walienda other camp, they were females. And they were on my camp. Ama ndasema in my camp, sorry.
Unasema wandani walikutoka.
Imagine walinitoka. And in Kenya, we have a underrepresentation of women in leadership position. And if we are going to not support our fellow women, tutaendelea tu kuwa underrepresented. So all I can say is wanawake tusapotiane ndo tufike pale. And this doesn't apply only in campus. You can see hata kule nje it applies. For the case of Kawira Mwangaza, sijui kama mliangalia, it was so saddening to see the fellow women singing that Kawira must go. Imagine, and we are really underrepresented in our leadership position. That was so wrong. So ladies watching there, all the women watching there, kindly let's support all the women who are there who are trying to vie for this position, the top influential positions. And all I can say, there's a lot of challenges the women are facing. Let me say the first challenge is lack of support. We lack of support, advocacy, and mentorship from the male counterparts. And this makes the female girl child or the female leaders not to achieve their full potential. Another challenge that the women are facing in leadership is all about the gender biasness. There's deep-seated belief that women are not competent in the top positions. And also, all I can say is women face multitask. You can imagine you have to look up after your family, do everything. So those are the challenge facing women, and this makes them not to achieve their full potential in their leadership roles. Yeah, that's all I can say. Thank you.
And let's go to Mama Yao for a minute. Ivy Birgen now. Let's look at this from a solution-based point of view. When you sit down, 4 ladies, and say women are the problem to women, and every woman says women are the problem facing the main enemy of a woman is a woman. Where does the solution lie? Where do we get the mind shift? How do we make women appreciate the leadership of other women?
Once again, thank you for this opportunity. I think the biggest solution we have right now is creating awareness. First of all, we have to sit down as women and accept that the society has not accepted us for leadership. Then we agree and support each other. If we support each other, I think we will be the strongest. If today we sit down 4 of us and we are backing up one of us to take up a leadership position, you see, someone will get the strength of their own gender first before being given the strength by you guys, the opposite gender. So I think we have to create awareness and accept ourselves, then support each other at all times. If we talk, we should sensitize our fellow ladies. We should tell them not to hate on people, because I think something that drives them to go against the female leaders is they think that if Cynthia becomes a leader, she will succeed. Kwanza wanasikia ati leadership position ya shule inalipa. So they think that it's a lot of money, you'll get rich, and ladies are after competition. They don't want you to have anything better than them. They don't want you to have it all to yourself. You've made it, you are a leader, you're in school, you're prospering in your studies, maybe you have a nice relationship. No, they really feel bad about that. But it's high time we become happy for each other. If you are successful, I have to be happy for you, because we are sisters, men. Like the men have bro code, we should also have sister code. I love the way the other women are nodding. But before I go to Harriet, I love the way you're also nodding and smiling when she was speaking, and you're almost saying yes. But then, as we continue to do that, and as we continue to actually appreciate we continue to appreciate the need for women to support each other. There's a meme that has been going around, being shared majorly by women, that urafiki nayo na wasichana alafu anaweka zile vidole za hivi. Why is it that ladies don't want to be friends with ladies?
First of all, it's very wrong. I'd say that because we know the challenges we go through. A man is very prone to think maybe they go through these challenges, but then a woman knows what we go through. So if it's support we need is from the ladies, most of the time it's about competition, right? Because they think a little bit of famous thing, I don't know, leadership skills and everything. It's a way to like think they'll not be able to be seen. Women love being seen, but then we need to support each other. And if I want to tell a secret to someone, I'll think of my best friend, and most of the time it will be a lady. But then they're the ones who are going to say my secret, and that is why they're saying friendship with ladies, it's like ta 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 ta. It's very wrong. It's very wrong. If I want to open up, I'll go to a lady, and if they release my secrets and I want a leadership position, it's going to be a little bit hard.
So this
going to
not
be
only affect even leadership, but
No.
also affect personal life.
Personal life.
So before I even get interested in telling you about my leadership, I just want to travel you to mention about maybe somebody has done this to me.
Yeah, relationship problems. We go through stress. There's also self-esteem. I'll just tell her, oh, Nelly, there's a way I'm not feeling a little bit comfortable. Do I look good? If she says yes and I don't look good, the moment a man is going to come and tell me that I look good, there's a problem, I'm going to feel a little bit insecure with even telling her anything. And she'll know my problems, and if she shares and I'm a leader, it's going to break my self-esteem. We are breaking each other's self-esteem, and we are supposed to be building each other. So women, we gotta get up.
Okay. And I don't know, I just go to Maru directly because there's something actually she said. So I want to go to her directly so that we close that matter. And Maru, there's the issue of, you mentioned the issue of Kawira Mwangaza.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not a matter that I may want us to get deep into now that actually it looks like it's been resolved. But you talked about the attitude of women leaders in that county assembly towards Kawira Mwangaza. But then there's also another thing that comes in, and you may also want Cynthia's contribution into this because she's doing law. There is the issue of right and wrong. So does it mean that we support women even if they are doing wrong? Of course, nobody has proven that maybe Kawira was doing wrong or right. But then could it be that women still feel that their counterparts are not giving the best, and so they're giving credits to the men?
Not really.
What's happening? Then would you support her even if she's wrong?
No, we should support her if she's wrong. But
So
at
where do you
least
draw the line?
we draw the lines when hata hapo sijui nitasema haje, but let's support our fellow women. Kama amekosea, let's give guidance and counseling on how to improve on that part, lakini si kuwa against, because we will never be represented if we are going against. Yeah.
Okay. Cynthia, of course, being a woman leader, you believe in women leadership from
Yes,
your previous
I do.
sentiments, right?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Could it be that male leaders are, quote unquote, performing better than the female counterparts? Maybe they have a proven history of astute leadership. So women, when wakiangalia, no. Do you think that's a matter to know about? Okay,
what I believe is that being a woman leader, you will be judged harshly, because the societal construct or the social construct, growing up, we've been conditioned that men are to be in this leadership. So a lady, once you're in leadership, you have to know now that we are going against the norms that were there before. You know, we are conquering boundaries that were not conquered before. So of course you are going to be judged so harshly by people. All eyes will be on you. Any slight mistake will be a scandal. You understand? Because for me, I believe it's not as if men how make mistakes. The thing is, tumezoea kuona these men in those kind of leaderships to a point enye we are not so harsh when it comes to judging their performance compared to ladies. And also, I'll quote a book by Michelle Obama, Becoming Michelle Obama. And she was saying, being a lady in leadership, you have to put twice the energy to achieve half the roles that men achieve. Even though you are putting half the energy, you'll still not achieve 100% of what men are achieving. You'll just be at 50%. But is it because you're not performing? Is it because there are barriers zenye imekuzuia, or is it because you are just poor in that? For me, I want to believe by the time mtu unaamka unaenda into leadership, it's because you are competent enough. Because by the time mtu amekuelect na akasema Cherono ndio anafaa kuwa hapo, there is something they have seen in you that the opponent hakuwa nayo. So for me, I want to believe by the time you are in those positions, hauko tu hapo because you are there or because inakuwa kama an award or a crown. It's because you can do it. But we have to accept the fact that we as women will be judged more harshly by the society, by the people, as compared to men. But that doesn't mean that we do not perform. Because for me, I believe by the time you are there, you've shown that you can do it. Yeah, so it's just because we are judged harshly. And also about women leadership, allow me to delve into it kidogo. In the constitution, kuna 2/3 gender rule enye inabidi kuwa imekuwa satisfied. But as we stand, of course, I'm happy where we are. Even from my home county, I can say I'm proud of Nakuru County. But the thing is, we are headed there. But with more push, I think we can do better. We've not 100% achieved that, but I think we are headed in the right direction. Yeah.
I had the opportunity to attend a forum during the Women's International Day about the two-third gender rule. I don't know how conversant the rest of the bench is with that law, but then I would still want to talk about the issue of, have you ever gone to a place, even in school, and there's a discussion maybe where men are the majority, then they're like, wapi agenda? So you just used to like top up the other gender. I don't know what's that other experience. Have you had it, Harriet?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
How does that make you feel?
A little bit inferior, and that is a very bad feeling, to be honest. If really we want to grow the women in our society, we need to work on what we are showing them. We need to work on, we most of the time think of what do people think. So the moment I come to a meeting and then you're like, she's not going to say anything, it makes me feel inferior, and most of the time I'm going to deliver a little bit lower than what I'm supposed to deliver. I'd ask this question. We say woman is supposed to be a helper to the male gender, right? So who is stronger?
Of course, the person giving the help. Right?
Exactly. We are the women. We're supposed to be the helpers. So meaning we are stronger than those men, but then they are superior. They have the authority in our family. We're not saying that we want to step on them. We're saying that we need to help you. And by helping you, we need the leadership. We still need the spaces. We're not taking the whole of it. We're not saying we want all the leadership spaces, but then give us the chance. Let us help you. Without a woman in a family or even in a government, I think people won't see the things that people are going to do. We are not going to deliver as we are supposed to do. As helpers, we are strong a little bit. We're not saying we're going to step on you. Trust me.
Okay, clearly I'm staring at you say that because okay, now let's go to Birgen. And Birgen, now we've talked about why women, or rather the barriers that are inhibiting women from getting into leadership positions. What are the women offering?
First, I'll take you back a little bit. And I can say I have attended so many meetings in my school, being a leader and out of leadership. And most of the meetings, they could say, Mama yao come, so that at least we can balance the gender.
So kazi yako ni
You know why? You know why? Because no lady has come out. They've called for a meeting, and no lady has come out. It's only men. So the men feel so bad that there is no woman, there is no gender representation. So they pretend that they are gender sensitive. They say, Mama yao, come and balance
okay,
this.
now let's do this. And it's good that you've brought that up, right?
Yes.
We've talked about the issue of women being there for the leadership positions, right?
Yeah.
A word is out there that there is public participation, and this even happens in the outside world. 3/4 or even more than 3/4 will be men. Why wouldn't we just say, okay, wacha wanawake waongee juu wako hapa ni wachache? Because we live also in a democratic country where democracy wins, right? Where the majority will always have their way, right? Now, and that's why I've asked you the question, what are women offering? Are you even ready for this?
I can say most of the women are not ready, and they don't offer anything. You know why? Because they've been suppressed by the society. They have been made to believe that they are there to deputize the men. If once the men speak, the women should not speak, especially in the Rift Valley, the community, the Kalenjin community. Women have no voice. Let's just be frank. Let's tell each other the truth. Women don't have a voice because if we go to a meeting and let's say, for example, the president is a man. You know, once the president speaks, the vice president will not be given a chance to speak.
But that's protocol, even if it was a man.
No. What if you speak and I have something to add on it? Because I'm your helper, I'm stronger, I have better ideas. I do multitasking. I can think better than you do. So you don't have to suppress my opinions just because of protocol and stuff. And you men should also view women as humans, please. Because in most of the meetings, for example, if they're asking questions or they want people to do something, you'll never hear them mention, let's say, Cynthia, do this. No, they will just say, please, Brian, can you carry this for me? Please, Kevin, can you answer this? Please, so and so. You just mention men. You don't give women equal chance. You're just talking about gender equality, but what you are bringing to the table is not gender equality. It's gender equity, in such a way that you will give women a chance according to their ability. We will just take an example of when we were moving this seat. Who moved the seat? Who moved the seat?
Because it was us.
But why didn't you? No. Why didn't you believe that we had the energy to do so?
Okay,
because
let me take you back. Even if it were men who are seated on the bench today, it would be very awkward for me to tell the guests that you really need to move that bench. So that takes a lot of context. Anyway, either you're a politician and you may bring politics in here. So let me go to Maru. Sasa. Then Harriet will have also something to say.
Yeah.
And Maru, for us to make progress, please. Let's make some progress. Let's talk about how different are women's leadership, right? Mm-hmm. How different would it be to have a women leader? What do you think is that extra thing that you would offer as a woman leader better than what a man can offer?
All I can say is that women are good decision maker, and as venye Ivy have said or stated that we are strong, and we can see women are very empathetic, they are collaborative, they are inclusive, and also they are multitaskers. With all those qualities and traits, it makes a woman to be a dynamic person of all diverse. Your diversity, yote.
Are you saying it on this show before the cameras that men can't do that?
Multitasking. Yeah. Surely, women we do a lot. We do a lot.
Comment as I talk to you.
Yeah.
Men can do that too. How different is it when a woman does it?
Does it? You can imagine waking up in the morning. You have to take care of the kids, go to school. What again? Cook, do all those, and you're supposed to be in parliament. For a man, you just wake up, umekewa chai hapo, wewe uvae suti, uchukue kifunguo ya gari, in fact hata una driviwa, wewe uende parliament, you represent people, urudi kwa nyumba umekewa food hapo. But for a woman, as much as I'll be a career woman, I love to be responsible for my family. You know that? As my kwanza bwanangu atafika home anafanya everything na maid, unaona? And I'm a leader. I have to do that for my man. So women, we are multitaskers, and that make you a good decision maker in everything that we do. And women, we should not be suppressed. Yeah.
Okay. I want to go to Harriet. Harriet. Of course, you can see me clearly staring at Noeline. And the reason I'm staring at her is because of the confidence she puts when she says what a woman is offering. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Of course, from the way you're nodding, you're supporting what you're saying.
I am supporting 100%.
And I'll shoot the same question to you.
Okay, it's okay.
How different is it for a woman to lead?
First of all, I'll try to show you an example. Most of the time, you'll find in an organization, the secretary is a lady. Why? They are good organizers. We have been, from the time we were small, we have been molded to be organizers, very perfect organizers. We have been molded to be very responsible, not irresponsible. I don't want to say that the percentage of men that are very responsible is very small, but a successful man has to have a woman behind them. Maybe a mother, maybe a sister, or even a wife, better off, actually. So most of the time, we are supposed to mold them to what we want, and we have been done to that from the time we are small. You'll be told you're not supposed to leave the cups on the table. Who does it? It's a lady. So we're going to deliver even in the government. This is something that we have grown with. This is something that for years we have been trained to be. So we are going to deliver more and better. And even, let's say, the percentage of women who are in leadership, who have really done super things, is high. For example, Wangari Maathai, she just got into the books because she was a woman who was determined, had the passion for the environment, had the passion to show that we as women, we can make a change. We can change things into the homes we want. We're making the government look like our home. So we have to mold it nicely. Okay. We have to beautify it.
Okay.
And we are perfectionists. Trust me.
I've never had a panel that agrees. Anyway, my name is MC Kalia. This is the Morning Glory Show. It means the best morning show, rather the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya Online today. Let's talk about D-Square for a minute. Now, there are two things here. When I mention D-Square, there's D-Square, the fashion house, then there's D-Square, the School of Fashion Design and Tailoring. Now, D-Square School of Fashion Design and Tailoring, or both D-Square School of Fashion Design and D-Square Fashion House, are situated at the 4th floor of Ketia's building. Now, if you want a nice t-shirt, or rather, a nice shirt like the one I'm wearing, then you need to walk into D-Square School of, you need to walk into D-Square Fashion House. But if you need to learn how to make a nice shirt like the one I'm wearing, then you need to enroll with the school. And I'm assuring you that you will be learning from the best. So walk into D-Square School of Fashion Design. They have affordable tuition fees, and you would have enough time in a conducive environment to learn fashion and design. Now, ladies, of course, we need to now move to the next topic, which is, there's something that came out yesterday. Something came out yesterday. There's a video I watched, you may have watched, of a lady who was taking a substance as the spouse filmed it, right? It's something I would want to get a comment from each of you, and I'll start from my far left. I'll start from Harriet. I'll give you a minute to talk about it before we move to the next topic, which would be our closing topic. Yeah.
The opportunity, first of all, I'd say it's very heartbreaking that a spouse, the mother of your children, and you just sit down and see them taking the poison slowly, and even a child walked in the video, and he was still filming it. It is very heartbreaking, and I don't want to say where our society is going. It is not very well. We need to change, not only the men, but also the ladies. We need to improve in how we are treating people. This is someone you wanted to stay with the whole of your life. Maybe it's something small that made you not want to help that person, but hiyo ni unyama. Kusema ukweli ilikuwa unyama, hata angemsaidia. Na saa zingine maombi. We need prayers. We need prayers in our families and also in our countries as a whole, because maybe tunaweza sema kuna vile hakuwa the right state of mind, maybe ni something spiritual. But to all the ladies and all the men, let us keep each other safe and also pray to God. That is all I'd say.
And as we move towards this side, the latest statistics showed that currently more women are consuming drugs, so specifically alcohol, that the prevalence of women is now alarmingly higher than that of men. As you put your comments against what we saw yesterday, you can also talk about women and drug abuse. Of course, you being in campus, let's look at the life of the girl child in campus. The reason I'm doing that is because I can see my directors already looking at me because of time. These are conversations I'd want us to have forever. But then, of course, time is a limiting factor here. Let's talk about also the issue of girl child and drug abuse. Of course, you know what I mean. You walk into, or right now, I think a stretch of around 16 kilometers within Eldoret town, it's full of clubs. And when you walk in there, who is there? It is the ladies from campus and all that. Let's talk about the girl child and drug abuse, as you also make your comment about that particular video. Maru.
Okay. Thank you for this. I saw the video and it was really devastating. Si kitu ungependa kuona sister yako ama mamako akipitia. And again, I can put a comment on that. I think the lady was somehow drunk, if I'm not wrong. But again, I cannot judge because I've not heard the both side of the story. But a time a man decides to see you dying like that, and even encouraging you to take it, mix and what? Mix and gather them. I think they have their own issues. Na huwezi ingilia vitu ya watu wawili. But I think ilikuwa imekuwa toxic to a point yenye hata hakuwa anajali anymore tena. So I can say, ladies, as we enter into this relationship, tuchague mtu mwenye atakaa nawe for better for worse, and also tujipende. You can imagine if you feel like unasafa, what if ukikufa sasa watoto wako watasafa aje? Unaona? Let's love ourselves, and if the relationship is so toxic, just walk away from it. It is better to be divorced than to be dead or to be in 6 feet. Yeah, that's all I can say. Better divorce and just leave that marriage rather than taking your life. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Let's move on to Cynthia. Cynthia, what's your opinion about that particular video? Of course, your comment about it. Then let's go ahead and talk about ladies and drug abuse. And now I want to add also some little bit of it. Let's also talk about the issues of, let's say, favors ladies get. This is quite it's a touchy conversation. Yeah. Let's talk about the issue of sponsorship. I know what you mean. You know. Of course. So Cynthia, let's talk about this. What do you think about all that?
Okay, thank you so much. So for one, the video, I saw the video yesterday. Of course, it's heartbreaking and it raises a lot of questions. By the time a person is so willing to see you die, ni nini hiyo umepitia? But that also shows that it was not the first time that hii toxicity imeanza. For me, I think when it comes to ladies, kuna tu venye they hold on to things even wakati haiwork tena. They have wanataka tu wa make it work, hawaoni nikawa naumia. And I've seen that even in campus relationships. Sometimes however much anasema msichana utatokwa, the thing is once a girl is in love, yeye hata wakati red flags ziko hapa kwa macho yake,
when you say that there's a video also going around. I'm told it's from Bomet. Let me say, just give me a final chance.
A final chance. So you know, the thing is, for women, you know, kuna hiki kitu wenye wanasema women, they might be in relationship, but with time they learn to love, but not only love, they love hard. So they keep holding on to things zenye inawaumiza and they don't even notice it. So, but from a legal point of view, I don't know whether I'm allowed to, but I don't know. It was heartbreaking, but also, you know, something yenye mimi ilikuwa inafanya nawaza sana. It's because that was 1 year ago, right? But you could see the man kept posting, "You are everything I wanted in my life," you know, you will always be, you are, will always be. You know, if you follow on the trends zenye yeye alikuwa na wish birthday after the passing of the girl, the anniversary. Yani mseka kama hiyo video ingetokelezea, you could never have thought hiyo ni kitu ilikuwa imehappen.
Actually, one thing I'm still digging, and I am sure I'll get it. I really want to ever documented the funeral. I think it will give us a good story.
There's a photo I saw of the funeral, and this man was standing by the grave.
I would really want to get the speech. I would really want to know what was said during the funeral. I would really want to read the eulogy and even find out what happened. Anyway, now the time is moving. Let's go to Birgen.
It's okay.
Okay, Birgen now. Mama Yao. What do we say? Do I even have to ask you a question? Just speak.
First, I can say that I have to be a fair person, and until I listen to both sides of the story, I'll make my judgment, because I think they had stayed for years together, which means they were so in love, and before it reaches a point where you see your loved one taking poison and looking at them until they die, it means it has reached the maximum stage where you cannot save anything. And I can say it's about 3 weeks ago we had a sensitization on gender-based violence. We were doing the memorial for Agnes Tirop. I hope most of you know her. And the women were talking, and I felt like we have to tell the girl child that it's okay to walk away from a toxic relationship. It's not a must for you to be with that man. Nowadays we use the excuse of, I don't want to be a baby mama. I want my kids to be raised with both parents. Okay, that's bullshit. And if your baby daddy is very toxic and Kenya nakufanyia haikufurahishi, gone are those days. Mama zetu ndo walivumilia mazee. Sisi sidhani kama tunafaa kukaa kwa relationship yenye tunapigwa, relationship yenye unaonyeshwa madharau. You can raise your kids and they have fatherly love and motherly love, but you are both separate. Let's accept that. Let's agree with that. So I can tell the girl child, if you feel like the relationship is no longer working, you're free to walk away. By the way, you should not care about what the society will say, because sisi tunaogopa that the society will judge. When I go home, my mom will tell me, "We rudi kwako, enda uvumilie, si unaona mimi nilivumilia." Tell your mother, "Mom, I'm not you and you're not me." And it's high time we come up. We come out strong. And I'll talk about the girl child and drug abuse. Wanaume hawanaga reason ya ku take drugs, by the way. You guys take drugs for fun, if I can say. Am I wrong? Yeah. They really take drugs for fun. Yeye atasema leo ni Friday, I wanna go out, so nitaenda tamasha, I take 3 bottles of beer, then I go back to my house refreshed. But before you see a lady indulge into drug abuse, there is a very, very strong reason why she is doing that. If you interrogate most of the ladies wenye unasema wamejaa klabu, they have very good reasons why they go there. Very good.
You're saying there can be a good
very
reason.
Good reasons.
Okay, let's get this clear. You're saying there can be a good reason for somebody to use drugs, Mama Yao.
Maybe, let's say for example, someone has a toxic relationship and they have walked away. Turudi tu hapo kwa relationship. The only thing they will do.
Pia kuna mtu amewachwa bana.
You guys nyinyi ndo mnatupiga character development from the statistics you can see. You guys ndo mko very, 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 very quick to walk away.
Cheating with women.
That's why we say women are their own enemies. But anyways, sometimes you guys you don't even disclose that you have girlfriends. So mimi napata stress, and how do I suppress my stress? If I go to him, it's still the same. He will still do the same thing you are doing. So what do I decide to do? I go look for something that will relax my mind. What will relax my mind? Not another man, not another woman, the drugs that I am going to use. So I will try them leo. Okay, kumbe mtu akilewa na feeling fit hivi stress zinapotea. Okay, so on Saturday I'm in it again, on Sunday I'm in it again. You see? And that's how we end up there. Another thing
okay, now let's talk about solutions. Let's not go far from that. I really don't want to be on a show where I was the host and we agree that women are free to take drugs when they are stressed.
No, we are not saying that it is right for them. We are not saying that they are free to take drugs, and that is why we are saying saying, if you're in a toxic relationship, walk away and look for solution. Maybe therapy can help you. Not always drugs, please. If you have financial problems, Wababa will not help you every time.
Now let's talk about this issue of Wababa. and when we talk about that, let's go to Harriet. Harriet.
Yes.
Tell me about this thing of Wababa.
Wababa. First of all, I'd like to disagree with her on the part here. There's a good reason. There's no good reason for taking drugs. There's no good reason for maybe deciding to have a sponyo. There's no good reason to even decide to watch your partner killing themselves in front of you. There's no good reason. And if we are judging, we're not judging and talking about someone's life. Let us judge when the person is alive. So by now, that person was wrong. No matter what that lady had done, it is very wrong. Back to Wababas. Wababas, I think, ni cause ya pesa. Ladies in campus, they only think of, how can I get fast cash? Fast cash. It's not good.
And it's actually true, because I realized the whole bench was like fast cash.
Fast
So
cash.
it means that it actually exists.
Yes, it exists. And I think our babas ni wababa wa watu. Sindio? So how are you watching your daughter going with another older man and you're okay? Because if that wababa, huyo mbaba is going with me, I am someone else's daughter. Sindio, my father is back at home, maybe younger than him, but ana watch. What about ingekuwa ni msichana wake? Angekuwa amechapa mtu sana vibaya sana. Sindio, I think we're supposed to think of what can you do if that is your daughter. So to the ladies, let us not go for fast cash. To the men, and let us watch over our sisters. Sawa sawa. These are our sisters, these are our future mothers. And the moment we want to get into them, just know your daughter will also be gotten into, okay, sorry to say, lakini karma just comes and patia taking drugs. I think it is both men and both women. Oh, both men and women.
But then statistics are showing that women are now doing it
because of stress.
The prevalence is going up.
And also
pressure inalima kila mtu equally.
Inatulima wote lakini
let's also talk about the solutions. Let's look at the solutions. What exactly, how can we solve this? Because we're not going to sit down, say that women are drinking because of stress and relax and say, okay, because stress will not end tomorrow, it's not going to end the day after tomorrow. So where do we even draw the line?
I think one solution is let the parents show more concern to their ladies in school, because if they don't support, atapata another way. Atapata to another way to survive. We need to make our hair. We need to do our nails sometimes. We need to wear nice clothes and everything. There's competition for the ladies, high competition in school. So the parents, tafadhali wa chip in. To the ladies, have standards. Have standards. Love yourself. We are people who need to show them that I love myself. So hata mtu akinikujia anafaa kujua msichana ako sawa sana. Ni ngumu sana nimpatie 50 bob na aitikie sawa sawa. Lakini pia tukumbuke that with all this said and done, like, our lives matter. Let us put our lives first. And the moment someone has negative thoughts, that is the root for every evil. If that person didn't think of maybe killing themselves, from their mind, hangejua action-wise. So let us change our negative thoughts before doing anything. Think about it. Think about your family. Think about your future. Think about what you want before doing anything. That runs to all the ladies and also all the men. Concerning wababas, kuna wamamas pia. Mmewasahau.
Because we'll talk
kuna
about
wamamas.
that anyway, Maru, I'll give you a chance to say something about, I saw you really wanted to give input about what you're saying. Then I'll come for your parting shots. Of course, there's a lot we've not covered, but then I know that we'll have some other chance. I was talking to a man, I've seen him watching, called Kipsaro Boyd, and he was telling me, we actually need to get more time for young leaders like you to speak out their minds and get used to even the studio environment, to get used conducive to environment, so that we develop a society where people speak up their minds and say what they really believe in. And I'm sure with this guidance, we'd be able to get more of such interviews. I'd be calling you more and more. There's a segment called the Social Square, where we now, if you want us to talk about the Wababa, kabisa, yeah. I'll call you on the Social Square. We sit down and ask, first of all, our baba ni baba ya nani? Are you getting it? Like our mom is tunaongelea. Yeah. So I'll still call you on the Social Square. Of course, we'll also call you on the Monday briefing, which is majorly about politics, law, and governance. But because of time today, Maru say something, then and also give us your parting shot. Then I'll come back to all of us for our parting shots.
Parting shot. So I just want to add on what Harriet have talked about Wababa. Most of the ladies wako na Wababa not because they want, but it is because of the situations imewameka wafike hapo. And one of the situations is the failure of our parents. Actually, she have talked about wazazi wakienda campus, they forget they have children in campus, they have to pay food, they have to, girl child anafaa kuwe na nguo, anafaa ashuke nywele. Na girl child ana kazi. Actually, you're a student, where will you get money? Actually, there's no way you're going to get money. The only way you're going to get money is just dating this Wababa to get money. But that is, I'm not advocating for this, but that is the reality of what is happening. Si kupenda kwa wanadate Wababa ni kwa sababu ya mashida. Comrade anakosanga hata 10 bob ya kubuy skuma. And our parents are really, I can tell all the parents, please, tuwajibike, wazazi wajibike. Yeah, wanasusa wingi tuko shule. Na pia girl child, having a mubaba is not a solution. You can have elblon, invest in your elblon, make good out of it. See ukipata elblon, you just think of having parties, kushuka nywele, having stick-ons, hiyo tu, jaribu kuja na biashara. There's a lot of biashara inaweza sustain comrades pale shuleni. Yeah, and I think mentorship should be done juu. Hata hawa baba wasaidianga most of the time. You get a lady, anavaa vizuri, she looks beautiful, makeups amejaza vizuri, makeups ni 1,000 bob. But when you come out there, they are looking good. But when ukienda kwa manyumba zao, I'm telling you, Kalia, ni gas, kitanda, kikombe moja, hata utapata nalala chini, but she can afford to put on makeup over 1,000 shillings. So, na pia ladies, let us be contented with what we get. No. Tusitake lifestyle yenye hatuwezi afford, you know? If you want that lifestyle, work for it. But shortcuts never work. And okay, let me add. Hata utapata mbaba anakutiti vizuri pale tu club hapo nje. But after hapo imeishia hapo hivi. Na utabebwa leo na V8, kesho ukienda hospitali kutibu hizo ma-STIs unaenda na miguu. Naona it doesn't work. Tutumia akili kidogo. Thank you for that.
Okay, thank you so much. Quite a powerful parting shot there from Noeline. Of course, as I promised, we'll be coming back here again and again. Now, give us your parting shot, Harriet.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to remind all the women, let us support each other. Let us build each other. Let us mold our tomorrow as we'd like it to be. Second, let us love our lives. That is concerning the woman who was killing themselves. Kindly let us talk it out. Let us open up. If you have a problem, kindly come out and we listen. Back in school, we are counselors. We have groups that really like to talk things out. Like yesterday, we had a session on Unmasked. Unmasked is a group where we talk about issues. Yesterday was all about stress, and there was one who was really stressed. And by the time they were coming out from the session, they were like, "I feel a little bit better because these are things we need to talk about." Even the men, kindly let us not hide our feelings. We understand. We really understand. Talk it out. It's going to help. About our babas and all that stuff, kindly let us be contented with what we have. All the ladies, let us love ourselves and not sell sex. Actually, there's someone who said there are prostitutes in school. Oh my God, there are prostitutes in school because they are selling their bodies. That is for sex. To the babas in a fancy way because they're being carried with V8, Mercedes. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. We are the mothers that we need in future. We are the mothers that need to give our children advice. If we are doing this by now, what are we going to tell our ladies in future? What about our small sisters? let us just be contented with what we have. And to the parents, don't forget us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Before I go to the other ladies for their parting shots, let me get some feedback here. There is somebody called Rogers. He says, Rogers Bet says, live from Koitalel. We deserve our leadership. Oh, okay, now let me take this once again. Rogers Bet from Koitalel. It is high time we diverse our leadership and political view on women. They deserve the seats beyond campus. There is SK Sylvester says, ladies power. Say hi to my friend Ivy Birgen. The ladies are taking stage of the leadership. Let's support them. CK Meli, thank you so much for making time. Say my boss and dear friend Noeline Maru. Thank you so much. Jacob Ruta says he's watching from RVTTI. Those guys are the future leaders, and we are impressed. The boy child is in danger also. Okay, Ezra Chiloba says greetings from KSUC, that is Koitalel Samoei University College. Ivy, thanks. Thank you so much. CK Meli says UOE salutes Noeline, Lady Power. Thank you. There is also Ruth Chemos Bay says tuned in. Say hi to Noeline Maru. Proud of you, madam. Thank you so much. Of course, there's a lot of feedback, so I'll just be reading your names. Yeli Beja, thank you so much. There is Karl Max Kaka, thank you. Erastus Masitza saying, listening live from Moi University. Shout out to the ladies. Well articulated. I love the debate. Thank you so much. Rob Kipto Alex, thank you so much. Honorable Hedison, thank you so much. There is Ezra says, nice presentation. Thank you so much. Aska Kogan, thank you so much. Eli Roti says, once you empower women, count it as you have empowered the community. Thank you so much. Edison Rotich, thank you so much for making time to be with us. Alisema kuna lecturer amesalamia Noeline. I'll tell you who they are. Sijui Zakari nani. I'll tell you who they are. There is Eli Rotich, thank you so much. Youth President, thank you so much. Youth President Kenya, that is Kevin, thank you so much. CD Ngeno, thank you so much. And my dear Cynthia, keep up girl, thank you so much. Melka Mavela says, way to go, thank you so much. Of course, there is a lot of feedback. I may not be able to read it. Of course, a lot of it, massive feedback, and so I may not get a chance to go through all of it. I would ask the ladies, of course, to go later to those comment sections and be able to also interact with whoever was watching the show. And my director is already actually pushing me around and asking me when is this ending. Let me go to Mama Yao before I come to Cynthia for the closing remarks. Mama Yao, now what would be your closing remarks?
I would like to say, a woman is an all-round creature, and so if we give them a chance to lead, because they already have chances to lead because they are mothers, if we give them a chance in leadership, they are going to do it perfectly, because as you've heard Harriet say, women are perfectionists, and let's give them a chance. And on the issue of Wababa, I can stress on the content. We have to be contented. Have to be contented with what we have. And also, girls, let's be creative. Okay, I can say that not all of us here are getting full support from parents 100%. But I can say Helblon is really helping. For those who don't have Helblon, I think you should just be creative. There is a business of selling smokies. I can use that as an example. If you hire the trolley and you buy one packet of smoky goes for 500 shillings, then you buy onions and tomatoes, then you sell the smoky pasua. You know, in a day you'll be earning 300 shillings. 300 shillings, and you already have the capital back to your pocket. And I think that can help sustain our needs, because as ladies we have so many needs. So let's be creative. To the men, let's be supportive. Wanaume tuacheni kujiachilia. Aki mmejiachilia, mnatuambia tu tufanye kenye tunataka, because you know when we love for sure, and we love hardly. And I think sijui tutajifanyia aje kama wasichana tuache kuwapenda vile tunawapenda sana. Okay, a discussion for another day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Cynthia,
Yes.
Give us your parting shot.
Oh, thank you so much. One thing I think I'll give an overview of what we've had. One, we've been asked what is something that we as women can do in leadership that is better. So one thing I would love to tell us is that, you know, we are coming from a society where there was this stereotyping that men can be leaders. But the thing is, we as women, because we've been on the sidelines for a very long time, we come in with new perspectives, new ideas, you get, and in those new ideas and new perspectives, we come up with solutions, and not just solutions, but long-term solutions. So also, one thing I love to tell our girls is, yeah, tujipende, because however much hakuna mtu atakupenda usipojipenda. That is why I think the reason why pia some of us hold on to things sana, it's because you don't really realize your worth. But mama, you are enough, you are worth it. And also one thing I don't want just to say women mnaweza fanya hivi, but also I think imefika a point yenye we sometimes forget that men are also humans and they also have feelings, but they have learned how to suppress it. Let me just talk from the community that I come from. For a man to be emotional, that is seen as a weakness. But for me, I'll say that is the strength. That is the strength of a man. For us to understand, I think for us to understand you better, and for us as girls to be happy as creatures, is for us to have a better understanding of you. And for us to have that better understanding, kuna kitu inaitwa communication. You know, sometimes we just talk, but we don't communicate. Tutaweza kuwa tumeongea ni porojo tu, but we've not really communicated. Once in a while, let's have those deep-rooted conversations. Let's understand these people, because I think for us, the first step for us moving towards the good or the positive is understanding the people that are around us. And it's not only the ladies that are around us. We also have men. So we have to understand their way of thinking and their perspective of things for us to have a really concrete solutions. Because leo ninaweza piga nduru, this is the solutions that we want, but we can never achieve that because the support system around here hawaielewi. So for them to understand and for you to understand them, we have to have that good communication. Alafu kwa another thing is your contentment. Of course, tukiwa campus, there's a lot of pressure. Okay, I live and talk as a student leader. I think hatujaongelea problems as student leaders.
Of course,
but they forget,
really
yeah, but we forget also that as student leaders, I'm still a student. I'm a law student, a third year law student. But once you're in leadership, ni kama the students, they close up that part of you. Wanakuona sasa kama leader, si kama wanafunzi. But however much there is that small token you get in school, that does not come every day ati leo kesho. Yani it's something that you wait. So as leader, sometimes utapata mtu anakukall, you get more than 15 phone calls in a day. Mama, leo I don't know what to eat. Lakini hata wewe hapo kwenye huko, you don't even know what to eat. But sasa ukiwaambia leo nimeshindikana, trust you me, they won't understand that you don't have it. But I know most of the students are watching. I think they should also keep in mind that we are also students. And however much we try to be accommodative and friendly, inafika a point where we are emotionally drained, because most of the time, hakuna siku utaenda kwa mwanafunzi kama umekasirika. You always have to show them that you have the listening ear. But I think pia sisi kama student leaders, tumekuwa accommodative to a point tunajisahau. Because for me, I remember there is somewhere around down the road hapo, like una feel lose your purpose. Yes, you have the leadership, you can wake up in the morning and do something, but unajipata tu, I really don't know what to do. We should also, for me, let me talk on behalf of student leaders also. I think we should also have a great support system, because once you are in leadership, you have to know that you are facing more challenges than you are facing, because now, before ulikuwa hapa, but now people see you are here and you have to fit in that category yenye watu wamekuweka. So it's also tough. I don't know how that will be helped, but another thing, yeah, you talked about drugs. I've seen most of my friends, schoolmates, most of them, venye tumesema sometimes wazazi wanasahau kwa shule. Wengine hatujasema, kuna wenye hawategemei wababas, they really want to do their own thing, you know. So most of them utapata, unaona hizi clubs most of the time, people who work pale, watu wenye wana work pale, si hawataki watu wamezeeka. They want these young people, these beautiful ladies, and those beautiful ladies are in campuses. So most of them utapata, yes, umeenda huko, umepata hiyo job, but the more you do it, you do night shifts, mtu anakuambia leo nakununulia shots, you make, unapata tu siku ya kwanza ukiwa job, you took one shot, the next time it's two, mpaka inafika point unazoea. So it's not just because of stress. Sometimes I think it's the surrounding and ina to make, because most of these people wenye hawajategemewa babas, they've tried to work things on their own, but also hiyo yenye una struggle to have things on your own, it's really tough pia kuanza na kuikeep. Hata unasema 300, some of those 300 bob wanaona sasa 3 so ni nini, you know.
Of course.
But so for me, I like to encourage ladies out there that you are enough. You are enough. Whatever you set your mind to do, you can do it. I think someone, before today, I was talking to my mother yesterday, and she was telling me, you know, sometimes you forget that whatever we unafikiria unaweza achieve, you can even achieve more. Because for you, umejilimit. I think the fact that unaona, I want to be here in the next coming years, umejilimit, utaki kuona beyond that. But you can go way beyond that. It might not be today, not tomorrow, but just hang in there. Your time is coming. So, ladies who want to get into leadership, this is your time to shine. This is where we start. For those who want to give their shot in leadership, this is where you start. Unajua uko nje tunajimold hapa pole pole. And of course we are there to help. Watu wenye tumekuwa in these positions before, we know the challenges that we can face, but what I can tell you is we are here to help. So msifeel ni kama you need to suppress yourselves. It's your time to shine, and I don't think hakuna any other time to shine than this 21st century. Show up. You know, so I think I don't have much. I really appreciate you having us here. I'm really hoping we'll be here some other time. Leo tumekuwa na limited time, but there is a lot that we wanted to talk about, but I hope bado tutakuwa na platform for the same. So thank you so much, and those people who have been watching us and commenting, thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. It is a bench. I said when I was starting, it is a beautiful bench. A bench of 4 candid ladies and one staring host, MC Kalia. Now, this is the Morning Glory Show. It is the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya today. And now that I no longer have any time even to sign out, till we meet again tomorrow, see you.